TJ Johnson, Marriage Family Therapist Associate, practicing in Texas and dually licensed in Washington. And today I really wanted to talk about emotional regulation and coping, which comes up often with couples. They find when they're in high conflict very often that words are being said, maybe people are yelling, screaming, throwing things, and very often couples that are in high conflict, this is one of the places that we need to start in therapy, is being able to just notice and be aware of our nervous system and where we are internally, and being able to, once we recognize that, if we are activated, being able to take a time out, because often we're in these conversations and we're trying to stay present in these conversations when we are already activated in our nervous system, and it's really not productive. And so I use the polyvagal theory, which was developed by Dr. Stephen Porges in the 90s, to convey to clients the idea of our nervous system and our regulation. And polyvagal theory basically states that there's 3 states that our nervous system can be in at any given time. And it's really a little bit more nuanced than what I'm going to explain here today, but just for simplicity's sake, there's these 3 main states. And the polyvagal nerve runs from like the eyes down into the stomach, and it has all these little branches on it. And we can think of our nervous system as being in one of 3 states at all times. We have the ventral vagal state. So if you think of like stairs, the ventral vagal state is, this social engagement state. It's the state that allows us to stay socially engaged and connected with others. And it's our ventral vagal calm place kind of state. So don't get too caught up on these terms, which I know are not like super friendly. I tend to nickname the states, but that first state, ventral vagal, is like our Zen state, our state of just relaxation. We're not too stressed. We're not overly lethargic. We're just in this place of just peace and Zen. And that is, the state that is most productive if we're going to have a conversation with someone that's going to be productive. The next state is really a state of activation. It's sympathetic state. And you can think of this as the fight or flight state. And so when we are faced with a threat, whether it's a threat of being, faced with a tiger or some other imminent threat, we tend to get into this state of activation where our nervous system is activated, and we usually will have some strong emotions going. We might have some fear, we might have anger, we might have other strong emotions in that state. And because we're in that state, it often is very difficult to speak from a calm level tone. We might have some body language that's offending to our partner. We might, again, find it hard to just stay present and even let in what our partner is saying, especially if we feel under attack in a communication. Our last state, our lower state, is the dorsal vagal shutdown state. And this you can think of as like the freeze state. And usually this is a state, like you might see people that are depressed be in this state. If they're in it for a long time, they are lethargic, all energy has left the body. They may feel that they don't have a voice or that they can't express their voice. And maybe this comes from conditioning from their family of origin, or maybe it comes from conditioning from a relationship where it just feels like it's not safe to be able to speak and share our truth. And so dorsal vagal shutdown will come in as well. What I really like to work with couples on is recognizing, first of all, where they are in their body when they feel that they're in a discussion, and just being aware that if we feel like we're activated, we probably need to ask for a timeout.